Hey everybody, Ryan with Rigs of Death Metal. Today we're going to be checking out some Kemper profiles and cabinet impulse responses from a couple different packs from Solicitude of Sound. Let's hear it. Okay guys, we're going to kind of go over some of the profiles and everything. Joseph over at Solicitude of Sound was kind enough to send me a pretty good mix here. A lot of this stuff is from sort of more of his like high gain, very metal oriented packs. He sent me a bunch more IRs, but we'll just go with the ones that he paired with some of these profiles, just to kind of give you, I guess, sort of the best representation of what he was trying to go for here, which they sound great. I have no problem with any of these pairings. They sound awesome. For the demo, which granted it was a pretty short track, but I just used a specific profile left and right for the guitars, and it was this one here, the Angry Savage. Yeah, right here. Angry Savage, and it used a Mesa 4x12. Obviously some variation of the Ingle Savage. I'm sure it says on the website. But there's also Fryette Deliverance, Drifting Nightmare. Have to imagine that'd be one of the Driftwood Nightmare models. This one actually sounded pretty good. Fuzzy Nuts. Mesa Rectifier has a grind on the comment, so I'm going to assume maybe like a Fort and Grind boosting it, and then an EVH cabinet. Most of the cabinets were some kind of variation of a Mesa cab, an EVH cab, and different microphones. This is from his Metal Essentials pack. I can't remember exactly what the amp was with this one, but I remember liking this cab IR an awful lot. It's a Mesa Rectifier through a Mesa cab, and the cut and scratches IR is really good. This is, I guess, the Fort and Meshuggah, and not sure what this one is, but Symbol High. But the Hammer and Nails IR, they, if I remember right, I believe Joseph includes some bonus cabinet impulse responses when you purchase some of his amp packs, or you can get them standalone, I think. And honestly, I think the bonus ones might be my favorite. They're just maybe a little bit more extreme. If you're looking something a little bit more balanced, and probably makes more sense in the context of your mix, some of his Mesa and EVH ones are fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. If I remember right, as we were talking, he kind of tried to tailor some of these other ones, like Cut and Scratch, Bark and Growl, Hammer and Nails. Kind of tried to tailor them more towards extreme kind of tones. So yeah, enough talking. Let's just kind of hear this real quick. Let me see. There we go. All right, so this is the Angry Savage, which you heard it in the mix of the demo. Obviously, I use that one because it is just super bright and aggressive. Worked I thought pretty well for a sort of a thrashier black metal tune. All right, and this one is the profile Deliver More. So very clearly the Fryette Deliverance. Maybe a hair more balanced. Which if anybody's ever played a VHT or a Fryette amp, they just have a very dry character. One thing I like doing with that one, which by the way, side note, these are all liquid profiles, which is the kind of a new thing for Kemper as of 2023, I think, maybe? I can't remember. Basically, up until now, the Kemper was pretty much like however you capture your amp profile and all that, that's basically the sound. Like, yeah, there were options to adjust bass, middle, and treble on your amp block, but it almost sounds like you're trying to adjust it in post as opposed to adjust the frequencies on the amp head itself. It didn't behave like the amp's EQ section should. Liquid profiling is kind of their way of fixing that. It combines the tone shaping of a modeler and applying it to, amp captures or amp profiles. With that said, I tested it out on the Deliverance because I wanted to kind of do like my buddy T from BC Rich Archivist and the band Black Fucking Cancer. I know he's a big fan of a lot of the VHT stuff, the Pitbull and the Deliverance, and he dimes the mids, and it sounds absolutely amazing. So I didn't do that for that little clip, but if you are thinking of purchasing this, it's definitely worth a try. It sounds great. But yeah, so this is the Drifting Nightmare profile. Yeah. If you've never heard any of the Driftwood stuff before, to me, I feel like it's a little bit more fully realized, a little bit better quality 5150 kind of character. This is the Recto. And just to clarify, I did two different samples here. One is the Recto by itself, and the other is the Recto profile with the... I did one pedal block in the Kemper, and I just used the generic green screamer because this definitely sounds like a rectifier. It's very loose in the low end, so you need to boost it. But yeah, so this is it with just the amp. And now you can hear it with an overdrive. Which a dual rectifier with the right overdrive, it just sounds nuts. Now this last one was from an interesting thing. He has a whole profile pack of profiles made from 2 different science amplifiers, and I've never even got to see a science amp in person, let alone try one. But one is the Hellhawk, and the other, I will tell you, it is the Mother, just called Mother. Just for the sake of this demo, I thought both of them, I have a similar opinion. Both of them could be very, very, and I think science amps usually do kind of find a crowd with the doom metal and stoner rock kind of guys. Both are very balanced amplifiers that, to me, kind of just really want to be paired with whatever kind of pedals. Really, really good pedal amps. And I don't mean just like a clean high headroom amp. I mean, even with the amount of gain that they have built in, I just hear it wanting to be blended with some gain and EQ from some other kind of pedal. And then that's not a bad thing. It's just they're both great foundations that you can build off of and shape your own tone. And I'm a huge proponent of that, because everybody's taste is different, right? So anyway, this is literally just the Hawk High Gain 3 profile. So just picture just a high gain setting on the Science Hellhawk, and just a generic green screamer from the Kemper running in front of it, and I thought it sounded pretty good. So, also worth mentioning that the profiles of the Science amps come with cabinet impulse responses of a custom Emperor cabinet, not the Mesa or EVH that are included with the other profiles. But yeah, no, these are great. I am an amp guru profiles artist, and I have everything that Amp Guru makes. These are Joseph over at Solicitude of Sound was just kind enough to send these to me to check out. Not paid. These are my own opinions. No, I just genuinely enjoy these, and the cabinet impulses the cabinet impulse responses alone by themselves are worthy of a video. I really enjoy them. I've definitely been, if anybody who's watched this channel knows, I've been diving more and more into messing with speakers and cabinets and impulse responses and just all that stuff, because it's just such a quick way to make a drastic change. But on top of that, these are solid profiles. I really enjoy the liquid profiling option, because it actually makes the EQ section in the cab blocks of the Kemper useful. In the past, I either just try to find a profile that sounds good right off the bat, which luckily Chris over at Amp Guru has a good ear, and so does Joseph here. If any Kemper users, which if you're watching this you probably are, but any Kemper users will know that if you're kind of looking around at profiles, you don't always find guys making them with a similar ear or taste and tone to you, so you kind of wade through a lot of bad ones. I feel lucky enough that I have gotten to work with plenty of guys that just make really awesome stuff that has a similar ear to myself. But yeah, no, absolutely, I would highly recommend these packs. If you like what you heard here today, the impulse responses are great, and I could see them fitting with a whole range of tones. I really want to mess with, mix and matching, using these profiles with different IRs and using these IRs on other tones, plugins, and other profiles and all kinds of stuff. I'm always looking to mix things up. This is the most cost-effective way of having almost infinite amount of tonal possibilities without having a warehouse of amps and cabinets and speakers. I think in 2024 it's no secret that digital is infinitely more cost effective as well as convenient. So with that said, I want to thank Joseph over at Solicitude of Sound again. Yeah, head over to his website, check out a lot of the different digital products that he offers. I do remember seeing preset packs for some modelers as on top of profiles and captures of real amplifiers and cabinets. So if you're in the digital market whatsoever, you have any kind of digital based hardware, he's got something to hook you up. Thank you guys for checking this video out, and we will see you next time. Peace.